My name is Martriqus Cleave Jr. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
What part of Memphis you grow up in?
Frazier,
Right here. Where'd you go to elementary school, middle school, high school?
Delano, and I went to MBA for my middle, but I had moved to Virginia, went out there and came back and went to Georgia Hills and MBA still.
So what was like a typical day growing up for you? Like, what was the environment you were kind of growing up around?
You can say mixture of both sports and just violence is up there in Memphis, and you will see that growing up, going to school, and just the environment you be around. You will see that. But me, I was always into sports and wanted to make it out different than what everybody else was doing.
What sports you play?
Basketball, football, stuff like that.
What was your favorite sport?
Basketball, I love basketball.
What position?
Point guard.
Figures. So, okay, so what was your interaction kind of like? What was your family dynamic like? Like, who'd you live with?
My mom, my grandma, them the only two that raised me.
Any siblings?
I got a brother and I got a sister on my mom's side, but on my dad's side, I got a lot.
So what was life like growing up in your household? Like, what was the interactions like?
It was good. It was cool. It was fun. I mean, my grandma, she was hard on me because I'm the oldest, so she expect more from me, and my dad wasn't in my life, so I had to set an example for my brothers and sisters. But other than that, it was good.
You close with your siblings?
My brothers and sisters. That's about it. One brother, one sister.
So when you kind of talk about the two different kind of ways that you look at life, like which one did you find yourself devoting your time to? Like, are you really devoted on?
Sports and trying to be, a good kid for my mom, because it's a lot of bad kids that doing stuff at an early age. So I just wanted to stay on my grind and stay consistent to where my mama would be happy and okay. So she won't have to worry about me dealing with being in the streets or just anything like that. So sports, it was my way out, and then I love playing sports. That's how many folks get cool. They be on the street or, have a goal outside, they link up and they play basketball. So that's how folks start to get cool and interact with each other, either that or football.
So sports were really big in your life growing up. Did you still continue to play?
Of course.
Good. So when you were, sounds like you were very family oriented kind of when you were growing up.
Of
Like,
course.
it meant a lot. How was your relationships with everyone today?
My mom, I love my mom. It ain't gonna never stop. So me and my mom, we good. My grandma, we good. But it's just ups and downs because my grandma, she can be difficult to deal with at times. My dad, he was never in my life, but his mom, she was always in my life. So I respect her on a whole nother level too. So everybody just with my mom and grandmas, them the only one that's been in my life. But cousins and all that, they just moved out, so we don't really have no connections with them. But everything good when we meet up.
So can you kind of talk about your experience, kind of like leading up to you getting in contact with the hub?
So me and my mom, we had this apartment in Raleigh, and she was making payments, but all of a sudden she had this notice on her door saying that she had to be evicted because I guess she wasn't paying or whatever. But she on disability, so that was paying for that. But something happened and we ended up having to leave. So after that, we was stuck on the street, and my mama was constantly calling people trying to get connections on how to help us find somewhere to stay. And she got in contact with Michael, and Michael got in contact with the hub, and the hub set everything up for me. So we just went from there.
So what did your day-to-day like life look like after you get that notice? You know, you have to be out. Like, was there a period of time where you had nowhere to go?
Yes, it was, and that be the hard thing about it, because like when you homeless and you have nowhere to go or call on, then you just out there stuck and wondering if people will, help you or not. But when we was homeless, we was staying from hotel to hotel, and we had to pay so much money. We had to get food on top of trying to stay there. So it's kind of hard. So, but we pushed through it, and after a while, you realize who's there for you and who's not. So the process you going through, I don't never, take it as, it's something for me, because you learn through everything you going through in life. So I just learned it from that. Basically, homeless, you can learn from that. You can strive for something better. So if I'm going through homelessness right now, it's probably for the better for me in the future.
So how long were you guys out having to kind of be creative with finding places to stay and stuff like that?
It been, you could say 6 months. We still looking for somewhere to stay, but it been like 6-7 months. But the hub actually been working with me trying to, find somewhere to stay. But for right now, it's been okay.
What about your mother? She still looking for?
She's still looking for somewhere to stay, but she stays with my grandma right now. But like I said, my grandma can be difficult at times, so she sometimes put us out, and we stuck on the street again.
How old were you again?
When we got put out?
Not yet.
19. I'm still 19. So like I said, it's just a learning experience. We never been through something like this, so we just learning, going through it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it was medical, like a big financial burden comes through and it kind of shifts up.
Yeah. What do your priorities look like during that time? Because it's kind of a huge shift in, like, you're focusing on sports, going to school, kind of, living like a typical teenage lifestyle, and then all of a sudden you have a lot more responsibility, a lot more things. So what is your mindset? What are your priorities? Like, what's going through your head during that time when you really don't know your next step, but you know for sure you don't have that housing to fall back on?
I was stuck, like, I ain't know what to do. Like, I was just hoping that, first I was just praying to God, like God, can you make me, help my family out, help it get better for us. So first I prayed to him, and then after a while, whoever I was staying with, I was just doing what I can for them. But my priorities, I was working at first, and then after we just upped and got homeless, everything just went down. It just started getting hard. But as long as you keep that motivation and God in your hand, then you can get through it. So I just kept it in mind, and I feel like I can get through it.
Did you notice any change in kind of like the way you interact with others or the way others interacted with you?
Of course, because like I said, you don't know if people can be there to help you with what you're going through, or if they really genuine or not. So you can call on a person, but there's so much they can do. So you just rather fall back and do it on your own. But the people that can help, I just appreciate them, and I always remember who I can call on and who I can't.
And during that time, I know that you said your mother was on disability.
Mm-hmm.
Was there an extra difficulty in the fact that she was also dealing with a disability that you had to kind of maintain and help her?
Of course, because with income, is only so much she can do, and how much she get from disability. So of course I was working. So then after I got laid off dealing with the homeless situation, because I didn't have transportation on top of being homeless. So it's so much I could have helped her with. So we still ended up having to leave. But yeah, it did take effect on me to where I couldn't help her as much as I could, because I wanted to. But after that, then we was really stuck, because she couldn't pay for the bills, and it's so much she can get with disability, and I wasn't working at the time either. So
where's your brother and sister at during that time?
My brother, we was all staying together, but my sister, she got her side of the family, and my brother, he was staying with my mom's. But after we left, we had to stay from hotel to hotel, and then we went to my brother's grandma. but she was the same way as my other grandma, ups and downs. So she put us out too. So we had to go back to my other grandma. So that's where they at now. And I'm at the hospitality hub, and they working with me.
So you kind of connected with the hub from your grandmother's house.
My mother's.
How does that, I guess, alter your goals? Because I mean, I think at least in conversations
It made me want to go harder because it's stuff I gotta get, and that stuff I gotta achieve. And to see people, you know, depressed and sad and don't know what to do, it takes an effect on me too. So if I can help, and if whatever I can do to provide that help, then that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I want to do. So I'm striving for that. I'm trying to do better so I can provide, and so we won't have to go back being homeless or have to ask people to help us, because people they go through problems too. So we just can't depend on everybody. You gotta help yourself. So that's what I want to do. I want to help myself so I can help others too, and they can help go along the line.
Exactly. So when you're when you guys were kind of first going through exiting out of that apartment, what did the game plan look like? Was it immediate? Was it just kind of like figure it out on the fly? Like, what does that mindset look like for you?
We really didn't know that we was going through this process. So I'm thinking I'm just fresh out of high school. I'm trying to get a job, trying to work, trying to get some income so I can do what I need, like get a car or get a house, anything, clothes. But when we went homeless, everything just went left. So we had to find another route. And that route was, we had to think of ways and people to help us, but we couldn't find nobody. So as time go on, we had to work by day to day on what we can do during the day and find something else for the next day. But when we ran into the hub and the hub got in contact with my mom, everything changed. It's like the pressure that was on my mom, the stress that was on me trying to figure things out, the hub actually released that pressure because they helping with us, actually trying to find a job, trying to get a house, trying to better us so we can be great as well. So it was hard, but it's getting better as it goes on.
What do you think, if you could send yourself a message 6 months ago, like what do you think you would tell yourself?
That's a good question. I don't know, I'd probably tell myself just be patient and realize that you always gotta have a backup plan and whatever you do. Cause I didn't have a backup plan when I first got out of high school, and that's what my mama was trying to help me with. And right now the hub is actually helping me with that right now. So that's why I feel like it's good. But yeah, I had to have a backup plan.
So how does, like the experience that you're currently going through and the experience you've gone through as far as having that notice on the door and having your kind of life turned upside down out of nowhere, how has that altered your mindset for your life moving forward?
Like I said, you go through stuff for a reason, so it was really motivation. Like if we were still there, then we'd probably still be doing the stuff. We wouldn't have no problems. But you go through stuff for a reason to better yourself or better your mindset. So as I was going through that, I was like, why are we getting kicked out? Like I had to sit back and think. But it's probably better for us because my mama probably wasn't comfortable with being there, and the area that we was in, like I said, is violent. So she probably didn't like that, and she probably wanted her own stuff to where she didn't have to, worry about folks coming in, robbing the car or robbing the house or anything like that, because that's what they do where I'm from. So I just think it was just better for us to get out a better place to move out of Memphis or anywhere from over there.
It seems like violence was kind of like a part of your life that obviously you don't choose, but it's something that seems like you just had to deal with.
Of course.
What was that effect on you?
I mean, it didn't even have no effect on me because I love playing sports. But others, I can see how it can have an effect on. But me, I just deal with it day by day. It's other problems dealing with than stuff going on in the street. So my mom is more important than stuff in the street. So I just think it is that.
So, what was your first interaction like when you, like you said, your mom called Michael, who is our youth navigator, and then Michael calls you. What's that first phone call like? Are you like, what are you expecting whenever you first talk to him?
Actually, when I first met him, like my mom was working with the hub, and then she told me to come in, and they had me a place for me to, actually go, cause we was still going through homeless and looking for something, and I couldn't. She didn't want me being on the streets by myself, so Michael, he called. He had some connections. He called and he actually set me up for a room in the hotel. So after that, we was going through there, and he said he was gonna have a place for me to stay for a while, and it was actually this place. So he said I just had to be patient, and that's what I was doing. But when I first met him, I didn't think that it was gonna be actually people to help him, because like I said, it's people that can help, but it's people that don't want to help, and they your own family members. So these folks, these ain't even family members, and they helping me. So I just did everything they asked me to do so I can actually find a home. So whatever they asked me to do, I'll just do it.
And where were you staying at before? And we'll talk about your time here and everything. Where were you staying at in between your mom getting connected with us and you getting here? You were staying.
I was staying in hotels that he was paying for. So when my mama got connected with him, he actually had to pay for a room for me to stay for a few hours until I got transferred into the hub.
I'm really interested to kind of hear what's your thought pattern during that time? Because there's a lot of unknown.
Like I said, I was just praying to God, hoping that God can find me a way, like find me a way to make it out, or find me somewhere I can be comfortable and progress with. Cause where I'm from, like my mom, she can only do so much. Dad ain't in the picture, so she can only do so much. So I just glad that I found the hub and the hub found me, because they actually want to help. So the progress and me trying to find somewhere to stay, they can help with it.
And so when you get in contact with Mike, I'm just curious personally, what was your first interaction like with him and you guys?
Like I didn't know everybody was cool. Like when I first met him, he was telling me how things was gonna be, but as time progresses, I feel like that Michael was actually trying to help me. So I think he a good person and a cool person. I appreciate everybody that's working with me. But I wasn't never scared. I was just going through the process, like I said, trying to make it out. It's gonna be hard days, it's gonna be bad days. It's life, so I mean, just make it out, and it's gonna be good days. So Michael was a good person. I appreciate him from helping.
And so you mentioned a few times that during that time you just found yourself kind of praying to God. Has faith always been a big part of what?
Of course. My dad's side, I ain't never had no connection with my dad, but my dad's side, they big on church and gospel. So I feel like that's another reason why I didn't choose the route that other people choose, because my family always kept their spirit in me and their God in me. So I appreciate them for that.
Absolutely. So while your mom is working with the hub, is she, I guess, are you still in connection with her during that time?
Of course. It's kind of hard because she said I can't, like me being 19, like it's certain stuff that I can't do, and cause she an adult, so I can't be around her with certain stuff. So, but I still got the connection with my mom, and we still good and everything. She'll be good too. It's just she working just like me in a process of trying to find something.
Right. And what was that like when your mom, because because of your age and you're technically an adult, like what did that feel like knowing your mom had somewhere safe to be? Like what was your mindset going through that time when it's kind of like for the first time probably in your life you are completely like out there on your own?
Yeah, like it's a new experience for me, and right now I'm still going through it. I'm still learning, but it's good to call somebody like my mom to have their as support, cause she's the only person I really have. So I appreciate her for making me who I am today.
Of course. Well, before you get down, all you have stuff.
I guess. So, what's life been like coming into the Hub Hall?
It's been great. It's been lovely ever since I got here. I love everybody. I appreciate everybody there working with me. I love it, and I feel like as more people know about it, I feel like they can find what they need in life. If house, income, anything, the Hub will provide you for that. And it's good people you will meet, and you probably might end up marrying somebody. You might find love in the Hub.
Not while you're here.
What's it been like to have your own room, your own space?
It's good, but for now it's just things can be taken away from you. So right now I'm just appreciating what I have for now, and people also need what I need right now, which is a house or a room to stay. So right now I'm just appreciated, but I do want better things, and I feel like better things will come as long as I put the effort and the work in it.
What was so similar to like that question with Michael? What was your expectation when you got the call from him? Like, hey, room opened up, you're gonna move into Hub Hall. What's your expectation? And then once you get here, what's kind of like your I guess your perspective on like what this place is? Like, what were you expecting to walk into versus what did you really walk into?
Before I got here, I was at the Cavalry, and it's way different than what the Hub is. The Cavalry, they don't let you do nothing. But the Hub is you can go downstairs, cook, you can be in your room if you want to, you can come downstairs, talk to whoever you need help with. And when I first got here, my expectation was just going through the process of whatever they wanted me to do so I can find a home or just income or anything to help my mom or anything to help my situation. And Michael, he came here, he said he was gonna help me, he was gonna be, let me, meet you in contact, and we was gonna go from there. So when I got here, I was just happy to be here, but at the same time wanna, actually do something so I can have my own.
What's the process been like? And how long have you been staying there?
The process been good because I've been actually trying to find a job and trying to find income. So I've been here for like a couple months, I say 2-3 months. But as time progresses, I'm starting to learn more things by interacting with new people and actually learning new things with a job. So as I go apply for jobs, I can get more income with that job because I got experience with training. So I've been training, been interacting with new people, been getting to understand how the Hub actually is, and just having fun being here while the time lasts.
What'd you get training in?
Forklift training.
And where'd you go today?
I went to Blue Beacon Truck Wash to apply for them. So yeah, I'm waiting on them to call me back, but I gotta get my ID recertified. So.
One thing I wanted to ask about that you brought up was, so you did stay in shelter. What was your experience like being on the younger side, like below 20? Like, what is that experience when you're in a shelter with individuals that, are 40, 50, 60, 70 years old?
I mean, you will feel uncomfortable, but as time go on, you'll get more comfortable with who you around and with what you actually dealing with. So, I mean, I was scared, but at the same time, you gotta realize that you growing up. So I'm growing up, so I can't be the same person I was when I was 18 or younger. Like I'm growing up, so I gotta experience new things and new people. So I just deal with it and go with life.
Um, yeah, a lot of guys growing up, some people never become homeless and stuff like that. They go their whole lives and never see it. How do you think this kind of, shape their ideas around like life and stuff like that?
Like it's motivation. Like at first, people probably had no motivation or anything to do. Like so when you homeless, it's motivation to strive for more. Like get better. Like provide for yourself. So anything that you willing to do, you can put your mind to. Not just sit there and just let life bring you down or just depressed.
So you feel do you with well this is kind of a leading question, but is it homeless not hopeless? Is that how you feel about it? It's not a hopeless situation.
It's really not, but certain people they can feel hopeless because they feel like ain't nobody there for them. The people don't care about them or they just have nowhere to go. So, but with me, this is my first time experiencing this, so it's like it's a process. So I'm just going through it, but at the same time, I know I can make it out of it because hard times don't never last, and I always keep that mindset, and I always feel like I can do better.
Exactly. So, being here now, you know, we've gone over like kind of events leading up. So, being here now, what are I know you said you kind of like enjoyed like the kind of the freedom and like the ability to kind of do what you deem necessary, work on different things. What aspects about this place do you think have benefited you in your journey during your time here?
I'm good. I say just the genuine people like with if I wasn't like if I didn't have y'all, we'd still be on the street. We'll be homeless trying to work things out. But with y'all in the picture, then it just I can help. I can call on y'all if I need anything. If I just want to talk or anything that I can just come to y'all about, y'all willing to listen and help me. So with that, I just appreciate that more than anything because it's a lot of people that don't do that, even family members. And y'all just invited me here and already trying to help me. Y'all don't know me, but y'all willing to work with me, and I appreciate that because people out the street, they ask for everything every day, and there's so much people can do. So being here, if I need food, transportation, want to go get a job, anything, y'all here to help me with. And I appreciate that more than anything, being here.
So, what are you looking forward to as far as your journey leaving here? And like, what do you want your life to look like in 5 years?
I want to be successful, blessed, comfortable. I want to be in a safe environment, safe place. So I see myself actually leaving Memphis and trying to have a career out where it's better at. So wherever it leads to, I just hope is beneficial for me and my family. So that's willing to either truck driving or anything, any career that's good outside of Memphis, cause you'll be better outside of Memphis. And not saying it's bad in Memphis, cause you can meet good people, but at the same time, you can come to Memphis and be stuck dealing with homeless or just bad people.
So, if you had the ability to send a message, we'll do 2 messages. What would be a message you would want to send to people, maybe at the beginning process of experiencing homelessness?
Uh,
Okay, I'm ready.
don't never feel discouraged because like you may be homeless and think that you there for a reason or thinking that there nobody care for you, but I mean for me it's like it's a process and you might go through that at the time, but like I said, in the future you could probably be happy, successful, won't even be worried about being homeless, won't be worried about nothing. So it's just all about how you go through it and how you get through it. So and who all in your corner. So I mean, the hub they will help you with it if you is homeless. But if you don't know about the hub, then just day to day, just do what you can. But just always know that you won't be stuck in that position all your life. You won't be homeless all your life. You will see better things in life, and I always keep that mindset.
And what would be a message you want to send to people who maybe have assumptions about people experiencing homelessness, or maybe have pre-made ideals that they put on the entirety of the population? Like, what would be a message you would want to send to someone who just kind of
They like to generalize homelessness, just make assumptions about who you are, where you came from, and that type of stuff.
Me, I mean, everybody got their opinion, so I mean, with me, it's just homeless. I mean, everybody went through homeless. How you get a home? You was homeless before you got a home, so you was homeless when you came out. Like your parents was homeless before you came into this world, but they got a home. So I mean, I won't never feel discouraged about being homeless. People might feel discouraged about being homeless. People may feel a certain way with people being homeless, but it's just always how you get through it. And being homeless ain't really just you saying you being homeless. It's just you just in a position where you don't have, a home, but at the same time, you do got people that can help you and connections that can help you with trying to better yourself and trying to find a home. So if you got that mindset and you thinking to yourself, well, I'm being homeless now, but I got connections on where I can work or do anything, and then just find yourself and do that. Just try to find a job, trying to, you know, make it out. But homeless ain't what people make it seem.